Welcome to the Gearbox. Join us today as we shift through the gears.
What is going on? Guess I'll start this over. What is going on, everyone? For those that are tuning in, will be tuning in, and will be listening. This is gonna be an interesting episode because I guess I'm now hosting the Gearbox podcast alone. Carson had to, for reasons, go a separate way, and that's okay. It's understandable. But I think one of the biggest things I want to address is exactly what has been addressed in this podcast and has been mentioned kind of ad nauseum in this podcast, and that's the community, the off-road community as a whole is crumbling at the seams. There is no more friendly off-road community. There is no more brotherly kind of love, if you will. Let me start this over. Welcome back to another episode of the Gearbox, everyone. I'm your host, Chris, and like I had stated, Carson won't be joining myself or the podcast anymore. Carson needed to take a leave from the podcast due to reasons, and it's understandable. I get why he had to take a separation. It's totally acceptable. But one of the biggest things that is bothering me currently is that it's it's that we've lost this sense of brotherly love in the off-road community. We've lost the camaraderie. It's become all about dollar signs. It's become about who can make the most money. It's become about filling a uniform. It's become about, people used to get out and make friends. People used to get out and you'd go wheeling for fun. You'd go wheeling for the adventure. You'd go wheeling to have some cold beers with those that, you kind of held close. You would go wheeling with those that you were your friends. And it's not that anymore. Without going into too much detail, kind of per the usual, larger manufacturers, larger companies can't take a little bit of competition. They will rally up their followers. They will call upon those that maybe don't understand, or call upon those that want to be kind of they want to grow faster than I think they know how to grow. And granted, right, like, I'll humble myself. I'm not a large content creator. I've had my Instagram going for, I think, 3 or 4 years now, and I'm still relatively small. I'm not by any means trying to sit out here and toot my own horn. I have 190 subscribers on this channel. But the point is these large companies will get out here and they will try to just ram people off the road. And that's fine. I hate to say it, but karma will get you. There's no need to go senselessly attacking folks. And so that's what today's episode is going to be about. And so this is live. For those that are listening in on Spotify, I will be answering some questions for those that will be tuning in. Please feel free to jump into the chat and say hello. As I guess I kind of try to wheel and deal through a one host podcast. So I guess to kind of state like, well, what's to happen with the gearbox? Well, I'm gonna reiterate this. I'm not the end all be all, the guru of off-roading. I never claimed to be that. And in defense of my buddy Carson, he never claimed to be that. I would say that we are two humble off-roaders that were trying to promote a positive environment for other off-roaders to hopefully be able to jump into and see that there's more to it than just spending a bunch of money on your vehicle and then kissing someone else's ass in hopes that, hey, maybe you get some recognition, or in hopes that, hey, maybe you get a couple thousand likes on a photo, or hey, maybe you get a couple thousand likes on a reel. And I'll even say this myself, like, I'm guilty of it. I would definitely say that all of us are guilty of it. I think a majority of us that are in this kind of field really need to take a step back and humble yourself, because you're nobody. All of us are nobody. Every single Tacoma driver out there, from big to small, is a nobody. The only reason you're a somebody is because you're finding some sort of grab that you think that you're tied in. You think that you've got the in. You're not. I don't know who you think you are, but you're not. These companies don't care about you. Ambassadorships are just ambassadorships. And granted, there are some companies, there are some small mom and pop companies that do care. There are some small mom and pop companies that genuinely do have the best interest in mind for their partners, their partnerships, their sponsors, their ambassadors. And a lot of these companies that are small mom and pop companies end up getting the shaft because people get too big for their britches. So the whole of it is that it's getting toxic. It's getting to the point where people don't want to do it. It's getting to the point where, or if people do it, it's getting to the point where if people do jump into this, they become the worst version of themselves possible. They will have a group of friends that they wheel with, and they'll turn their back on them. They will have a certain build that they were doing, and they will go against themselves and change their build just to fit in. They will suckle up to a company in hopes that they're going to get parts. And maybe they do, maybe they don't. Excuse me. And it's sad. It's sad that it's become this. It's sad that there is no more respect for just other folks in general. I think maybe this is just, from social media just degrading kind of human society. But it's sad that the off-road community used to be tight-knit. Didn't matter what you drove, didn't matter where you went, didn't matter what you had, didn't matter what your rig was like. If you had a shovel and you had four-wheel drive and you had some recovery gear, you were in. Fine, tag along. Didn't matter if you were new, didn't matter if you were a pro, didn't matter if you were amateur, you were in. Come tag along. Now it's become this, I need to stop and take photos every 20 minutes. I need to do it for the gram. I need to get the latest and greatest part. I need to change my wheels because my rig is outdated and old. It's become talking behind closed doors, hell, talking on open platforms about other people behind their backs. And the funny thing is, it's talking about other people on open platforms to other folks behind somebody else's back, and then them getting word of that from a third party. And that's pathetic. I mean, that is the saddest backstabbing shit I've ever seen in my life. And so true to the group, the gearbox, and true to who I am, I will tell you this now. I challenge, and I'll say this again later in this cast. If I say anything that is wrong, if I give any wrong information, whether it's on winching, whether it's on a product, specs on a vehicle, and someone corrects me, I'll come back and I'll make that correction. At the same time, I challenge anyone to a debate to come on to this podcast and tell me where I'm wrong. Just an open forum, fun debate. There's no need to attack or swing or kind of do what a lot of these larger companies is doing, which I think is funny that God, just to watch, just I guess to be the small dog, the flea on the dog, and watch a large entity not realize that a group of two motivated individuals that were just having fun and trying to open up a friendly environment had snuck up to their front gate and had started getting people to rally around them and were enjoying what they were producing. And that company turns around like a bunch of, I don't know, children. And they just start drama. You can't confront people face to face. You can't message them directly, even though contacts are out there. So I'm a little taken back that that people will get into an industry where other people's lives can potentially be at risk, because off-roading, you take a lot of I mean, I guess you're on service roads or whatever, on fire roads, but even on service roads, things can get a little sketchy. I find it interesting that grown men in fear will act like little boys and sabotage another group of gentlemen who are more than willing to have an open debate, have an open chat, discuss where maybe things kind of could have gone wrong, or if there was misinformation. But no, we don't do that. We don't. This community doesn't have any honor anymore, and that's a shame. I'm not going to say that off-roading was always the most honorable community. Through history, I would definitely say that the off-roading community is a rowdy bunch. Obviously lots of drinking and partying, because that's just what we do. I guess, when you get out into the wild and you get out camping, you have fun, you take some cold ones, and that's what happens. But I would definitely have expected, especially over the past 5 years that I've been doing this. And that's just, and when I say 5 years of off-roading, I'm saying 5 years of off-roading in my Tacoma. That doesn't include the K5 Blazers that I've had. That doesn't include the Wrangler that I have. That doesn't include the Bronco that I had. That doesn't include any of the other vehicles that I've had that I've been wheeling in. This is literally just from entering into this Tacoma scene. And damn, it's a shame. Like people aren't making parts for off-roaders anymore. Companies aren't making parts for off-roaders anymore. Companies are making parts for profit. Production quality has gone down. Customer service and customer relations have gone down. In fact, it's become so fucking corrupt that now all companies care about is their latest and greatest Instagram post and how many people show up to suck their dick. And since Carson's not on the show, I don't have to monitor myself anymore. This is how it's gonna run from here on out. And I will say this, like, with my old co-host on the show, the casts were gonna be a little bit longer, They were about an hour long, and with just me, I don't want to drone on and bore you guys. So moving forward, I will definitely still continue Winched Out Wednesday. Like I said, open forum, open debate for those guys that want to come out and blindly attack. I don't care, dude. Throw me under the bus. Go ahead and tag somebody else's story and tell me I'm wrong. Because like I said, I will kindly and gladly have you on my show where we can have a chat about where I was wrong and you can school me. You can be the right one. It doesn't bother me. It's because that's what wheeling's all about. That's what the community is all about. And it's crazy to me that we as a group of fun-loving people, I would assume, right? Because a lot of us want to get out and just hang out with our buddies. A lot of us want to get out and enjoy. What's up, Steph? A lot of us want to get out and enjoy hanging out with our buddies. I don't know what happened to that. I don't know what happened to we don't like what's so funny is back in the day when we had like Nokias and shit flip phones with shitty cameras, like all of our buddies, you'd be out there taking pictures of your truck and everybody else's truck just to go show your friends when you got back to school or when you got back from that weekend, show all your homies like, oh yeah, this is what I did. This is how I went and had fun. That's this guy's truck. That's this guy's truck. That's this guy's truck. And you start going on in these stories about all these people that you know. And it's not that anymore. It's not that anymore. Now it's a bunch of fucking little boys out in the wild with their overly expensive trucks, fucking up to their necks in debt because they had to buy whatever fucking part of the uniform they needed for their goddamn vehicle. And then you fucking sit there and you judge other people. You judge other people's trucks. You don't go talk to somebody else about what's on their vehicle. I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact because I didn't do the standard uniform build like everybody else does. And like I said, I wear that with a badge of honor because I don't fucking need to be like the rest of you. My truck has four-wheel drive. I have fucking mud terrain tires. I have fucking all the things that make my truck completely capable of going out and doing all the shit you guys do. The only goddamn thing you need when you're out wheeling is a pair of fucking nuts and some friends to be there to fucking help you recover when you fuck up because you got a little too big for your own goddamn pants. And outside of that, that's all it needs to be. It doesn't need to be little girls running back and forth across Instagram and fucking TikTok and all kinds of fucking social media throwing people under the bus because they're butthurt that somebody's doing something better than them. What happened to the fucking days where we could just be like, hey man, good on you, dude. Thanks for stepping up the fucking level. Thanks for bringing the challenge to the table. Or are we just so fucking soft now that everybody needs a goddamn pat on the back and a fucking participation trophy? And that's what, I mean, let's be fucking real here. That's what off-roading has become. That's what overlanding, I fucking hate to say this because there is a lot of cool shit about overlanding. But let's be fucking real. Overlanding has turned what was off-roading, what was rock crawling, what was attacking what you would consider to be difficult terrain. Overlanding has made this fucking sport soft. It has brought a bunch of nonsense bullshit to vehicles that have just become fucking if you played Call of Duty, dude, an RTT and a bed rack and fucking strapping your fucking fuel tanks and your shovels and all your gear to the side of your truck, it's like putting charms on the side of your fucking gun. It's ridiculous. And yet all of you are out here with the same cookie cutter fucking trucks, sucking each other's fucking dicks like it's going out of style. Patting each other on the back like, oh, it's a sick fucking RTT, bro. Like, you're like mine? It's a fucking tent. It's a goddamn folding tent, for Christ's sake. How about fucking suspension? Hey, what's your suspension tuned to? How was it fucking taking that over that fucking rock garden? Like my last podcast, how is it fucking, what's your tire pressure at? How many PSI are you down to? It looked like shit was fucking smooth, dude. But no, now it's like, look at my LED light conversion, look at my fucking seat covers, and have you seen all the yellow lights I've got strapped to the front of my fucking truck? Nobody fucking cares. God, dude, it's so fucking annoying to watch all of you little fucking tightwads run around just showing off your fucking bankroll. Go fucking hit some rocks. air the fuck down and go hit some fucking rocks and come talk to me when you're done. Or whatever the fuck your genre is. I don't give a fuck whether it's mud, rock, snow, all the above. But for Christ's sake, dude, I totally get out and taking photos. Like, I understand that. I love getting photos of my truck when it's out in the wild. But when you're in the staging area, or when you're just on some fucking flat dirt, and it's you and fucking 18 other goddamn people, and all of your trucks look the fucking same, guess what, dude? The only people out there enjoying it is you and all your girlfriends. God, it's so soft these days. So it's soft. But that's fine. That's fine. You know what? That's why I'm still here. That's why I'm going to keep doing this, is to hopefully be the voice of change, to hopefully maybe get into some people's ears about bringing about the betterment and the rebuilding of a community that we all take part in. For fuck's sake, and this pisses me off. Everybody will sit on their goddamn Instagram with their trasharoo on the back of their truck, a fucking $100 and some odd trash can that you hang off the back of your truck. And I don't see a single one of you motherfuckers taking pictures of you out at a campsite or on a trail picking up fucking trash. And if you are doing it, the first thing you do is you post that shit on Instagram. I challenge any motherfucker out there. I challenge any one of you motherfuckers to go pick up trash on a fucking trail and not take a single photo. Go out there and clean up the fucking trails that you're out fucking destroying and leaving beer cans and fucking around fire pits and burning fucking wood with nails in it and leaving it to fuck up other people's tires. Go out there with the fucking magnet and pick up fucking nails. And don't take a picture like, I'm out here fucking... No, nobody fucking cares, dude. And the 30 some odd to 100 people that fucking like it didn't give a fuck either. Fuck. But go ahead and post all the crap on the back of your truck with all your fucking lights on and get your fucking Jimmy stroked by your fucking best friend. You should all be ashamed of your fucking self. I'm ashamed of... Here's the fucking thing. I'll own this. I'm ashamed of my goddamn self. Because I let this ruin me. I let it ruin who I am as a wheeler. And I'll be the first one to sit here and say, I'm sorry. I'll be the first one to apologize to the community. I'm sorry. Because there is no need for this garbage. There is no need for all of this ridiculous competitiveness. And I get brands selling stuff. I get manufacturers and small companies selling product. But have some fucking dignity. Have some honor in the game, dude. If you ain't selling shit, don't get your fucking cronies to go dog on somebody else because you suck at marketing. Hi, Frey. My dog thinks I'm mad. That's okay. So yeah, now that I got that off my chest, this is a live podcast, live stream of brand approved. Thanks, Steph. This is a live stream of Winched Out Wednesdays. I will try to do these maybe in place of the Sunday episode. Probably just do it after Winched Out Wednesday. Yes, hello, Frey. All right. Maybe do it in place of the Sunday stream and just do a live one to answer some questions. And if you guys don't want to be live in a forum and a chat and have a discussion via call, you can leave your debate in the comment section below. That's totally cool too. I will take it as it comes. Because I don't have anything to lose. I mean, I guess unless somebody really had some personal vendetta to like come after me, and whatever, dude. Have fun, I guess. I don't have much. I got a garbage Tacoma and a whole lot of time in my hands. So moving forward, it's just gonna be myself for the interim until maybe hopefully I can get another co-host or figure out how to make this more exciting. Throat got a little dry. I don't have any water. So it'll be, I mean, the pretty standard stuff, right? I'll try to do kind of a gear review on the live show. Hopefully I can get some of you guys in here to ask some questions on maybe some you might be interested in. Doesn't have to be about me, can be about me, can be about my truck. During the springtime, I'm hopefully gonna be able to take this out to the garage after the shop, and then I'll just do some live walk arounds in my truck. And maybe just show off. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram or TikTok or anything like that, just kind of show off what I have, how I did things differently. Or just wheel with some of you guys and talk to you about your suspension, guys and girls, drivers. Can't forget that this is a mixed community. I will say this, unfortunately, a lot of the old podcasts had to be taken down due to the betterment and security of my friend's business. So out of respect for him, those have all been pulled down. Same thing on my channel. All of our live podcasts have been pulled down. The silly banter back and forth is gone, but I will still try to provide cringeworthy jokes because that's what I'm good at. It also means I'm going to be joking with myself, so that's going to get real weird real fast. So outside of the big guys picking on the little guys and the cliques and the groups, and I guess the toxic public relations that have stricken the off-road community. I think with all that being said, like, we need to be individuals again. And I know we said this in the last podcast, and I'm going to say it again. Build your truck the way you want to build your truck. You don't need to have a bed rack. You don't need to have an RTT. Most of you aren't going to use it anyway. It's like $7,000 that you can throw into suspension. Or, for God's sake, if you're driving a 3rd gen Tacoma, tuning it and fixing the garbage transmission that's in that truck. Get gears, 488s, 529s, nitros, whatever. Get the nitro 48s and nitro 529s, whatever. Re-gearing your truck, let me tell you what, dude, rolling 35s on the factory diff and the factory gearing sucks. I'm on 33s and I'm eating gas in my truck. I feel my truck bog. Shout out to Just So LLC and Overland Taylor. I love your guys too, and it's been fantastic. It has helped fix a lot of my shift points, and it's brought the motor back to life. But don't feel like you need to fit some cookie cutter build to go post on Instagram. Because, I mean, let's be real. We all see through it. We all see through it. Every person that sees a green, white, blue, black, gray Tacoma with a bed rack and an RTT on Stealth Series with KO2s, the only damn thing that's changed is the color of the vehicle and the driver's face. But your truck next to Billy and Timmy and Richard's fucking truck, they're all the fucking same, dude. What, like, do you think you're Picasso because you spent $5,000 on some tube steel to throw on the bed of your truck? I'm gonna take a jab at suspensions too. I love the suspension I have. I wanted to buy Kings. I want to go down the road of buying a King long travel suspension. It's not to say that I couldn't afford it, but I will say this: there's no need for it. The suspension I have on my truck for what I do is over what I need. For the longest time, I was wheeling on $1,200 RevTech suspension, a set of cheap coilovers, no reservoirs, that came with a new set of rear shocks and a leaf and an add-a leaf. Probably one of the cheapest suspensions I've ever run on a vehicle. And the only thing I did, any different than what I normally would have done, because I knew it was a $1,200 suspension, was I just took it a little bit easier. I didn't jump my truck. There's no need to jump my truck. For the sake of sounding like a cheapskate, if you want to redo your alignment every time you go wheeling, you're the one that's out $100 every time. So, it's okay to start with a low-class suspension. You want to buy $7,000 worth of Kings and then go drive around your Walmart parking lot? Dude, be a parking lot princess. I don't give a fuck. But just know that everybody else that's out there is laughing at you. Sure, they like your photos. Sure, they're like, oh, I wish I had those Kings. But when the last 37 photos of your truck are of it sitting in a parking lot, I mean, let's be real. You're not cool. I'm not cool. But at least a large majority of the photos I take, my truck's fucking dirty as shit. And it's out in the forest with my fucking wide body. And you know what's funny? I don't have an RTT. I sleep in an $80 bed tent with an air mattress. And I love it. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. I love that shit. Why? Because I'm different. I can set up and break down my fucking $80 bed tent as fast as anybody can set up and put down their RTT. Takes the same amount of time. Same amount of time. In fact, I can have my bed tent and my whole camp set up in the same time that someone else setting up their RTT and getting all their other stuff set up, whatever it may be. Because we all go camping with a bunch of crap for no reason. So with that being said, you know, it's don't bend to the pressures, don't bend to the wills. Don't let people bully you. And if they do bully you, dude, fuck them. Karma's gonna get them. And I mean, I'll say this: we all judge. There isn't a thing. I judge. I'll admit it. I judge people. I judge people's rigs. But the difference is, I'll tell you to your face. I'll hop in your DMs and be like, "What the fuck, bro?" Because more people need to be doing that. Straight up. So that's what it is. So next week I'm gonna try to line up some more reviews on some more gear, I guess. Gotta square up for another Winched Out Wednesday, because Lord knows the last Winched Out Wednesday we did where we talked about jacks. It brought a lot of haters out of the woodwork. That was fantastic. So I guess that's where I'm gonna leave off for tonight. It's a little bit harder when you're on your own again. Thank you guys for joining, and I'll see you on the next one.